Good morning. How's everybody doing on this Tuesday? I have to figure out what day it is today. I'm going to give everyone a few minutes to hop on here real quick. Is anyone else feeling extremely drained today, like me? Feels like it's going to be one of those days. Good morning, everybody. We're getting ready for the new moon on the 12th, right? So it's going to be a huge big portal that's going to be opening that day. And it's 12-12-12 numerology wise, which is going to be awesome. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Nina. So it's exciting. I can't wait. Tomorrow I'm going to be on here like super early. Good morning, Cindy. So it's going to end up being like 9 a.m. Central Time. So I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. If it works that early for you, I will be early tomorrow with my coffee in hand. And then we'll be getting ready for Friday's new moon reading, which should be super good and super exciting. Good morning, Cindy. All right, so as people are hopping on here and joining us, we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about the end of this moon phase that we're in right now. So we are just ending our waxing gibbous. So if any of you have been out at night and kind of looking up at the moon and seeing that it's almost full, but there's just that little bit lip there left, or it's the very end of that phase, which is super pretty. But this is all about like buttoning up, last minute things that we have to do. Really, there's strong energy right now, even if you're not feeling it physically like me, sometimes with this strong energy that's coming in and kind of preparing you for the full moon, it can give some people the opposite effect of where you're getting so much, you're just kind of like drained at one point. So if that is you too, then it's perfectly normal, and try not to look too much into it as far as like how you're feeling. It's just your body's way of adjusting to all these new energies that are coming in. So totally normal. And we've got some interesting energy going on today. All morning I've kind of been wondering what it was that was going to happen today while we were in here. So it should be really interesting to see. So the moon moved into Gemini right now, which controls the nervous system. And it controls kind of like our brain, our nervous system, all that good fun stuff. So the main thing is about really considering new things that we can bring into our life right now and really integrate into what we're doing. So whether it's starting a new hobby, finding something that's going to help pass the time that you feel like not that you're wasting by any means, but I feel like there's some of us that have some of this kind of like nervous energy pent up. So it'll really help with those feelings of feeling like you need to be doing something, or something like textile-y with your hands. That will help that. And it's really good as far as like the nervous system and to stimulate. That was my phone. That was really weird. That's funny. I am going to put that on silent. I've literally never had my phone make that noise before. It's like some random app. It was like Tinkerbell was coming in or something. That must be one of the ones my son added on there, but that was crazy. It was just like, all right. Either that or exactly what we were talking about is what we were meant to be talking about. So we have to take it that way too. That's really funny that that happened. So we're talking about the moon being in Gemini. I was just doing some quick saging in controlling our nervous system. So it did sound magical, Kim. It was like bells. So if there's anything new that you want to be starting, now is going to be a really good time to kind of pick up new hobbies. And sometimes that involves us as far as our bodies, or picking up new routines of how we do things, or working out, or find something that's going to help us. So that being said, keep that in mind. It will help you, especially those of you that kind of have the nervous energy right now of not knowing what you're supposed to be doing. It'll give you some things to kind of pass the time. I totally just had some cards fly out at me while I was, 2 of them. All right, let's see what these say. All right, we got coins and abundance, and we got illusion. Okay, so those are a very interesting combination of cards to pop out. So our coins and abundance is always good. This is what we're waiting for most of the time, or it's something that's expected that's going to be coming in. And especially after like that really random Tinkerbell sound that came through just a few minutes ago. And then we have illusion, almost as you feel like it's not going to happen, or you've been waiting so long that you feel like you're just kind of in this little bubble of you don't know if you're supposed to be expecting this or not. So try not to look into as much the practical side of it, and make sure when you're manifesting that you're saying that you already have it. It's already yours. It's in your grasp. You're holding it, whether it's, you know, a new house, or whether it's a new career, or starting up your own new adventure, that you have done it. Here it is. You're holding it. It's yours. And that's super important when you're manifesting, because if you just say like, I want to start my own business someday, and you're trying to manifest that, you're always going to want to start it, but it's never going to be yours. It's just always going to be that want and that need to start. Okay, so it's kind of interesting getting used to manifesting and literally having to word it a certain way that you already have it and it's already yours, instead of like, this is what I want, or I hope to have this. All right. Good, Nina. I'm glad that makes sense. That's awesome. All right. So, and that's going to open up new doors for you too, because you're going to have that extra there. You know what I mean? All right. So I'm going to pull just a couple more cards just because those popped out. I feel like those were very specific to people who are watching, or needed, like, I don't know if you just like could only pop in for a few minutes this morning and you were hoping to get this answer and then you got it and you're going to have to pop off soon. That's okay. So then that was meant for you. So that's interesting. I don't know if anyone has to like get going, but it's weird how that came through and that you got your messages you were needing. All right. So I got protection and crystals coming through. So there's definitely some, I don't want to say negative energy surrounding your space. For some of you, it is negative, but for some of you, it's something where you feel like you're being held back. So it's just a more thicker energy that feels like it's weighing you down, which can be perceived as negative. Sometimes it's just something that needs to be released or needs to be let go of. So in this instance, lighting a black candle and setting your intention for releasing whatever is holding you back or holding you down would be a really good thing to do. And just the healing that is involved with that. So whatever this is, there's going to be a lot of healing going on with it and surrounding it, to where It's going to help release a lot of the heaviness that you're carrying. This feels super emotional to me, whoever this is connected to. So I definitely feel like the heaviness that you're hanging on to, and I feel the worry of having to go through with this. But it's necessary for your healing, and it's necessary for you to experience everything that goes through it, because it's a part of your growth that has to happen. It's also going to be part of the healing process for you, as far as you being able to feel like you put 100% in and you did everything you could in this situation. So hopefully that makes sense. But you need to go through this to be able to heal and move forward. Hi, Amy. You made it on here. Yay. Okay, so I'm glad those are making sense. But know that the healing is part of the process, and this isn't going to be an overnight thing. This is going to take a while, okay? So I feel like that's why it's coming forward this way. It's not going to be one of those things where you wake up. Good morning, Janet. It's not going to be one of those things where you wake up and it's like, oh, it's done. Thank God. Okay, I'm good. I can move forward. It's going to be a process, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but you will get there. I think you just needed to hear that it's going to be a process and it's not something that's going to happen overnight, because it's been so painful, and it's such a big step to move yourself literally out of this situation that it's hard. It's not going to be easy, but a lot of things in life that we go through aren't. So this is going to be another one of those things, but know that it will work out the way it's supposed to. It's just not going to be as quick as we want it to be. I guess this would be, you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. As I say, as always, whether you're catching this on the live that I'm doing, whether you're catching this after, you're meant to hear it. So whether it's for you or whether it's for your best friend or a loved one in your family, please pass the message along if that's making sense to you or them, because it's something they definitely need to hear. And it's going to have a lot to do with your growth and your self-confidence, not only like spiritually, but like mental health wise for you. Like you need this to be able to release everything you're hanging on to. I mean, I literally feel right now like I'm carrying this backpack like full of stuff, and I'm just like walking around, but it's not like a literal one. It's the baggage I'm holding on to, that it's like, if I can just take this off and toss it aside and put it over there for a little bit, I feel better. And it's like this weight is lifted off me. So whatever this bag is, or this heaviness that you're carrying around, it's not good for you. And it's literally making you feel just stressed and confused every day. But the minute you take it off, I promise it's just going to feel like such a relief. But right now it's hard to see it that way, because you feel so much guilt surrounding it. For some reason, even though you're the one that was hurt, you feel guilt surrounding this. You're carrying all the hurt for it. And you were just one that was pulled in. Does that make sense? Hopefully. All right, so let's do our Moon Tarot cards and see if they can throw any more information in on this. Yes, Carrie, patience, right? The hardest thing in the world to do. The absolute hardest thing. All right, so what do our angels and guides need us to know for today, Tuesday the 10th? I got the date right today. Tuesday the 10th of December, 2019. What do we need to know to help us on this path? It's going to be really hard, or help our loved ones on this path that they're going through, that they may need help or assistance from us. What can we do to make it easier on ourselves? All right, so the Wheel of Fortune is the card that ended up right on the bottom. So you can see that no matter what happens and no matter what gets put out here, the end result is going to be good. This is one of the best cards in the whole spread. So for those of you that are worried about a negative outcome, you cannot worry about the opposite person in this situation. That's the whole point of all of this, is your turn to step forward and your turn to be successful and your turn to let go of the worry, so that your outcome can be moving forward and being happy and finding this inner peace finally. But it's just going to take some time, because that can't happen until these A, B, and C steps are made. Okay. I got the Three of Wands, which very much is, it was in the reverse position, very much looking towards like your journey of where you're going. Okay. So as this person is gazing out and looking and trying to figure out where they're headed, as to where some of us are confused, this person's just like, I feel like I know where I'm headed. I just can't get there. Okay. So it's very much one of those cards where it's like, you know where you want to go, where you need to go in the case of this other situation that needs to be resolved. For some of you, for the rest of you, you're like, I know where I need to go. I know I need to go to the left. I just am not quite there yet. Okay. So it's all about these baby steps, and that's okay, because that's how it's supposed to be this time of year. That's how it's supposed to be before the end of the year, and before these full moons that are coming, and we have winter solstice coming up, and we have all these synchronicities that are happening. So know that the steps will happen, but sometimes we need that reassurance, even though we're coming into it and it's not currently happening right this second, that it's going to be happening, and we're going to be okay with it, and we're going to be okay with the outcome. Sometimes you need like that person to know, like, we've got your back and we're standing here, and you're not going to be alone in this. But just so you know, it's going to be happening. So that's very much, I feel like, what your guides are trying to tell you today. So it's almost like a warning, not warning in a bad way, a warning in a good way, that this is going to happen. Okay. Regardless of how long you've been dragging your feet and pulling back. But when it does, it's going to be a really good thing, and it's going to be a good change. You definitely have your guides fighting for you and on your side. Like, we're behind her. We're going to stand behind her or him, so that you don't feel like you're alone. You don't feel like you're sitting in this place of like, I'm all by myself and I feel like I have no support. Even if that is the case, it's not, because your angels and guides are always with you. So turn to them and talk to them and ask them for help in that situation. Then you're not going to feel like all these decisions that were made and all these changes that are happening are on you, because they're not. They're very much being led by the universe right now, because if they were being led by you, they would have happened a long time ago, right? They would have been like, this is what I need to do and I'm going to do it, and here I go. That didn't happen because it's scary and because it's a big step. But now the universe and your angels and guides are saying like, okay, there's fear here and there's worry. So we're going to step in and we're going to help, and we're just going to like push the cart. So now is about you just knowing it's going to happen, so you can mentally prepare yourself that this is happening. I can't put it off anymore, and I'm going to be okay. There's going to be a great outcome because of all of it. Okay. All right. So we're going to pull our moon deck that has to do with emotions. So these always have to do with deep, dark emotions that you're going through or how you're feeling about the situation. So our other cards tell us what's going on with us or with our family or with our friends that this is related to. But these tell us about us and what we're feeling and what's holding us back from being able to make those steps. So the first one that we get right away is don't let pride get in the way. Okay. This is a big one. This is a really big one because that's the first thing we do when we're put into a situation that's uncomfortable or that we know that we shouldn't be in anymore, but for whatever reason, we still are. Whether it's fear-based or whether it's based upon what other people are going to think of us in that situation, you cannot let that get in the way of where you're being pulled to or where your life's purpose is taking you or where your guides are taking you because you refuse to make those steps because of fear. So don't let your pride get in the way. It's very much going to work out exactly how it's supposed to. We just have that fear sometimes. Those fears of stepping forward, literally like pulling ourselves out of the mud. I feel like some of you are just stuck in the mud. And it's like, okay, what do? I want out of here, but I don't, like, it's surrounding me. So where do I step, like, to get out of there and get to that next place? So know that it's okay to feel that, and you are being supported, and things are going to turn around. Okay. All right. Adjustments are required. This right here is telling you exactly what we just said. Sometimes when you are forced out of your comfort zone or you're not making the steps that you're supposed to make, adjustments are going to be made. So this is right here, your angels and guides saying, well, you didn't do it, honey. So now I'm going to step in and I'm going to help you. And it's going to be uncomfortable, but we're going to be good. Okay, so you know that they're important steps to make when our guides step in and are going to help us make those changes. That's also a good thing because you know how supported you are. Does that make sense? And then it says to meditate and contemplate. So this is going to really help you get through this. Very much has Pisces energy to it, but that doesn't mean you're a Pisces. It could just be that warmth and that connection when we meditate to just feel like, even if everything is not quiet inside your head when you're meditating, even if you still have 20 things that are moving around in your brain, it's okay, because it's just a time for you to not only breathe and understand what's going on in the situation that's about to happen, but it's also time for you to prepare yourself. So that's where the contemplating part comes in. Being able to prepare yourself for all the feelings and emotions that are going to change. But change for the better. Not a bad change, I promise. It's not a bad change. All right. And sometimes it's a matter of accepting the change, right? Sometimes we know the change is coming and there's nothing we can do about it, but being able to accept that we're in that situation and then it's happening and then it's okay. Because it wouldn't be if it wasn't supposed to, right? Oh, good, Nina. I'm glad to hear that. And sometimes that's like the first step, is being able to recognize that and know, like, okay, I know this is happening, and I know it's happening because it needs to. So I'm going to go with it. So that's good. And that means you're open to it, and that's the first step. So that's awesome. All right, so we're going to end with our angel cards. Just seeing what our angels and guides want us to know in conclusion for today. And we'll do our energy healing. Inner goddess, awaken the inner goddess within you. Dance, self-care, appreciating yourself, okay? All about self-love, all about understanding what's going on and accepting it. Find something to do that's going to help you to gain that confidence and to know, like, okay, this is happening, but I can do this. So do something that you love to be able to just, I can't speak, to be able to distract yourself. Like I said, and we've talked about in the past, whether it's dancing or singing or painting or crocheting, whatever it is that you do that is going to help you pass the time. Keep yourself busy, not where you're sitting there and your mind is just spinning and you're worrying, okay? Because it doesn't do us any good to worry. And now you know that you don't need to worry anymore because your heart and your best, what word am I trying to think of? Not intentions, but your best outcome and your best situation that you could be in or that your guides are going to put you in is going to be what happens. So know that and have faith in that, that everything's going to turn out how it's supposed to. Okay. All right. So we are going to go ahead and start energy healing. I'm going to write down the time here. And when you are ready, and if you are ready, if you're staying here for the energy healing, go ahead and get a comfortable seated position. Please do not do this if you are driving. I don't want you to get too relaxed. Also, this is going to be kind of an interesting energy healing today, so I'm just going to let them go with however this needs to be. That's awesome, Nina. Okay, so if you're ready, give me a thumbs up or let me know, and then we'll go ahead and get started. You can start by just taking deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Relax yourself down, close your eyes. Perfect. Continue to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. We're going to start at 10. I'm going to count backwards until 1 as the energy builds for the transfer. One more deep breath. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Transferring the energy now through your crown chakra. Energy to build up to help us prepare us for the changes that are coming, to help us prepare us to be able to accept everything that's happening and know it's for our highest good. Moving energy throughout our body to cut any cords that no longer serve us in this lifetime. And to have energy to make it through this week, through the holidays, sometimes just through today. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and out through your mouth. Okay, how does everybody feel? That was like, I don't know how you guys felt, but that was very like relaxing for me. Just very like, oh, okay, that feels good. Almost like just a nice release. Good, guys. I'm glad that helped. Like I said, if I ever don't see your comments pop up on here, I apologize. Sometimes they come in kind of staggered. Good. Good. You know that when you do energy healings, when I'm doing either a distant energy healing or I'm doing an energy healing in person, it all has to do with where the energy needs to go in your body. For Carrie, it may have needed to go directly to her head or her chest for stress, as to where for some of us others, it needed to go in through a specific part in our body where we were having pain, whether it was shoulders or our stomach. So the energy is going to go and it's going to flow where it needs to you specifically. So it's really neat how it almost tailors itself to you. Okay, so I'm going to hop off of here today. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing Tuesday. I will be back on here tomorrow at 9 a.m., so bright and early. And I will see you guys then. I hope you have a great day. I love you all. Thank you so much for all your shares and likes and comments. And we will talk to you guys soon. We'll see ya. Bye.